Good morning, dear friends. Today we are going to have an exciting experience. We booked 2 seats for whale watching from Sri Lanka Navy Whale Watching Project. They operate a cruise named Princess of Lanka. We checked into this cruise from shipyard of Sri Lanka Navy Dakshina Goal around 6:30 in this morning. Princess of Lanka is very beautiful naval vessel which used for both military and civilian services during civil war in Sri Lanka. It was used to transport three forces personnel, civilians and goods between ports like Trincomalee, Kankasanture and Talaimana. Later, in 2011, this cruise repurposed as whale watching in Mirissa and Trincomalee and as a recreational cruise. They have served us snacks and refreshments and beverages free of charge. They are featuring like a well-trained naval crew, luxury and comfort, and a professional hospitality team. They have services of well-trained professional medical team, well-equipped professional life-saving and diving team on board, and they provided us life-saving jackets to be used in entertainment lounges. Mirissa Sea is one of the best places in the world to see blue whales and other species, with the best season running from November to April. Ocean is calm and whales migrate to the area. Also near Dondra Point and Kalpitia attracts high concentration of these animals due to narrow continental shelf. During March to July, we can observe whales in Trincomalee Sea. Why Mirissa Sea is important for whale and dolphin watching during November season? Because it is best places globally for spottify the largest animal on earth due to its migratory path. Secondly, its continental shelf is narrow. November to April offers calm sea, the chances of sightseeing as high as 70 to 80%. Thirdly, having variety of species. Visitors have a chance to see other than blue whales, fin whales, sperm whales, and various species of dolphins, turtles, and flying fish. Lastly, high success rate of spotting whales. So tourist satisfaction is high. Private tour operators and Sri Lanka Navy officers operate tours in Sri Lanka. They head up to 20 kilometers offshore. In whale watching, the vessels need to be larger, powerful enough, and with medical facilities, staff to assist and guide passengers in rough sea conditions, and having life insurances will be an added safety to tourists on board. This is not only whale watching, it was an unforgettable moment in deep sea, having capture of astounding view of the horizon, large vessels, fishing boats and clouds over your heads, having marvelous feelings with mystical waves on board of a luxury cruise. Can't explain in words. What is the best time for whale watching? It is in the morning, as typically calmer sea and has less boat traffic. Tours depart between 6 to 7 am and last for about 3 to 5 hours in the sea, far away from 8 to 9 kilometers from the land. In the evening, the sea became rough and challenging. We spotted a pod of pilot whales as you can see now. Pilot whales are large social members of the dolphin family with two species that are long fin and short fin, having black or dark grey with a bulbous head and primarily feed on squid and fish. World Cetacean Alliance is one of the global organizational body which implementing best practices for whale and dolphin watching principles. They verify responsible tour operators. It provides transparent way for tourists to identify ethical and sustainable tour operators, and they provide global guidelines for responsible whale and dolphin watching. According to their guidelines, deliberate and obsessive chasing by boats, making excessive, loud, continuous noises, using motorized swimming aids like jet skis, and practice of leapfrogging, which meaning repeated act of maneuvering ahead of them and stopping in its path, or cause to become separated from group or cause any members to be scattered, and practice of corralling, that meaning act of taking a motor-powered boat and driving in circles around dolphins or whales to encourage them to bow ride, are unacceptable practices. Next, throwing rubbish or food while on board or food providing to animals also prohibited. And operators should not enter into restricted sea areas or zones protected by national, international law or conventions or agreement. Best practices of tourists reduce negative impacts on cetaceans and their ecosystem, and also improve high levels of customer satisfaction. According to the guidelines, tourists should have educational information on the threats to the animals and environment. And also boats be approached from the side, slightly behind with the boat moving in parallel. Within 300 meters, boat speed should be reduced or neutral. Not approach a whale closer than 100 meters and to a dolphin closer than 50 meters. And no more than 3 boats should be between at any one time. If fourth boat arrives, it should attempt to locate another individual or group to weave, or wait at least 300 meters away and reduce their weave time 10 minutes to reduce stress on animals. Whales, dolphins live close to shore, so they have threats in locations that are important for tourism. Today we are watching here 10 to 12 pods of pilot whales. Pilot whales often can see in groups of 10 to 20. They are stable, having one leader. They are highly social, often with close family relatives. There are several legal bodies in active service to regulate responsible whale watching in Sri Lanka. Department of Wildlife Conservation is one of them. They enforce regulations under the sea animal. Next, Ministry of Fisheries, Aquatic and Ocean Resources and Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. Both are regarding boat licensing and overall tourism guidelines. Sri Lanka Navy involves in patrols and monitoring in key whale watching areas to help enforce regulations, while Sri Lanka Coast Guard do great jobs in monitors whale watching activities on the water to ensure safety and enforce regulations. They accompany tour boats to ensure regulations are followed. Wildlife conservation do duty for whale watching providers is to minimize their impact on whales by following strict guidelines on vessel approach, speed, watching time, while educating the public about marine conservation and its importance. As well as they promote conservation awareness of public on marine life and encourage them to support conservation efforts. And also, they support scientific research and data collection too. Though, in standard practice, wildlife officers don't inspect whale watching cruises daily. They encourage and implemented regulations in responsible and cautious whale watching. Other than that, there are international regulation guidelines for gaining registration for solidarity in whale watching. World Cetacean Alliance (WCA) is one of those organizations. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get my new videos. Along with various whale species, you can spot dolphin species as well. Those are spinner dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, resource dolphins, and strip dolphins. Dear friends, we need to be concerned about solidarity in cetacean watching by getting good decision in selecting responsible and cautious provider to protect animals, heritage sites and marine ecosystem. I know you will agree with me that the minority of human errors can lead to these fragile animals extinct from this world. We trespass their habitat, we disturb their breeding and feeding grounds and resting places. This whole world is not only for humans. Animals are part of it. Thank you for watching this video and please stay with us to have magical experiences that we got in this journey. Dolphins are very social animals. They swim parallel with our crews for hours. If no stress, they will approach your vessel or boat. This is a cruise ship's bridge. Finally, one of our cruise officer delivered a brief of how to use advanced navigation and control equipment, including electronic chart displays, radar, GPS, communication systems, and guide maps in a journey.
Control command and control of the bridge. The chief seminar of the train of the අවශ්‍ය නැතද ගෙදර ඉන්න අපේ ටූයිසි ෆොටෝ උච්චල්න බෙදන්නේ එතකොට ගෙදරින් තමයි අපි හැම දෙයක්ම පල්ලෙහාට කරන්නේ කියන එක අපි කමාන්ඩ් එකකින් ගෙතන නෙයි බෙදනවා අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි නාමයෙන් බෝඩ් එක අපේ ඉංග්‍රීසි දෙකක් තියෙනවා ජෙනරේටර්ස් දෙකක් තියෙනවා ඒකට අපි බලගේ වාහන වල දෙකක් තියෙනවා පැරාමීටර්ස් තියෙනවා මේ සතේ තේ කොච්චර තියෙනවද වතුර කොච්චර තියෙනවද හැමදේම ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරන්න හැමදේම තියෙනවා පැරාමීටර්ස්. ඒ පැරාමීටර් තමයි මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. ඒකවල අපේ එන්ජිනියරින් ඔෆිස් හැමදේම මෙතන ඉන්නවා. ඒක මොනිටර් කරනවා හැමදේම අපේ කොච්චර තියෙනවා මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවද මොනවාරි මොකද ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරනවා අපේ මොකක්ද ඉන්ඩිකේට් එකක් આવුත් එහෙනම් මෙතන ලයිට්ස් තියෙනවා ඒකෙන් ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරනවා. ඉන්ඩිකේටර්ස් තමයි මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි CCTV තියෙනවා. CCTV වලින් හැමදේම මොකටද තියෙන්නේ. පල්ලෙහා වෙනවා අපේ ක්‍රෝ එකක් තියෙනවා එන්ජින්ස් දෙකට. ඒගොල්ලෝ හැමදේම මොනිටර් කරන් ඉන්නේ. රේඩා එක තියෙනවා. ඒක දැන් කිට් කරන්න රේඩා එක තමයි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. ඒකට වලට තියෙනවා අර කොලොස්. තමිලි පාට තියෙනවා. තමිලි පාටේ තියෙන තමයි මේ ලෑන්ඩ් එක තමයි වලට මේ තමිලි පාටින් තියෙන්නේ. රවුන්ඩ් එකක් මැදින් පොඩි තමිලි පාට කැලක් වෙනවා. ඒතර තමයි අපි පාට. ඔය ඒක පොඩි කරොක්කේ. तो एकदम रेडास करते हैं अभी चार्ट पाविच करते हैं चार्ट एकदम अभी एक्यूरेसी हरिයට सेफ नेविगेशन फीचर्स अनुकूल గా దాన్ని मैप्स තියෙනවා අපි අර චෝදන් වල मैप्स තියෙනවා වගේ මොකද පාවිච්චි කරන මේ charts කියන්නේ ඒක වලට තියෙන කොන්ට්‍රෝල් ලයින්ස් එහෙම තියෙනවා මේ වගේ හැමතරම මේ depth එක තමයි මේ ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ ස්ථාන වල depth එක මොන හරි hazards එහෙම තියෙනවා මේ හැමදේම මේක ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරලා තියෙනවා terlalu kita metron go minggu lat padang nanti betul kita kalau tapi ni itu ada apa tu orang ni gitu dah maka ni bagi pemana kapi ada kan main bagi pemana kau kalau ni ini mudah ni tu lain ni ada itu land features kalau tapi mudah tu ni jadi kalau beg dia beg aku orang ada luar ni lagi ni dia feature aku ni ke indicate kalau dia ni Sir. මේක සමුද්‍රයෙන් තමයි ජෙට් එක අපේ කීයද මේ ජෙට් එක ඉන්ඩිකේට් කරලා මෙතන මීටර් 64ක ෆ්ලෙට් එකක් තියෙනවා මේක තියෙන අපේ නැවේ යට කීල් එකේ තියෙනවා මන්ට එකක් සවුන්ඩ් වේව් එක කීල් වතුර ගොඩක් කරකද අපි ලෑන්ඩ් එකට ළඟින් ගියාට නැව ඉවරනේ ළඟින් යන්නේ නැහැ අපි මොකද ගොඩක් ඈතට යන්නේ ඒකට අපි show establishment එකත් අපි communication establish කරනවා නේ ඒකට අපිට signals and phone signal ඒකට එක එක frequencies එකට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් එනම communication steps
It was an unforgettable cruise experience focused with specific vivid details that made our journey unique and awe of the open ocean.